On today's episode of Watch Chair Go, we are back in Josh's shop with the 1962 Austin Healey Sprite. And today, we're gonna try to knock out a bunch of the suspension and, just button up everything we can. What is going on, guys? I'm Watch Chair Go, and today, like I said, we're here with the 62 Healey Sprite. And we've been rocking and rolling. And to answer some concerns from the last video, somebody was like, why on earth did you put the engine and transmission in? You guys have to take that back out to put the drive shaft in. Not a problem. That's not true in the slightest. All we had to do was slide it over the pumpkin after we got the car up on jack stands. It came in from the back. Josh grabbed a magnet and guided the front end of the drive shaft into the rear of the transmission, and then you just kind of wiggle it and it slides right in. So you don't have to pull the drivetrain out to get the drive shaft in. Also, that'd be crazy. People be pulling engines out of these things all the time because the U-joint went bad. Now that the drive shaft's in and it's all bolted up, we're going to concentrate on the front suspension. And also, there's a bunch of other stuff here. Look at this. We've got the voltage regulator. That's a guy here in Wichita actually gave this to us, which is amazing. He hooked us up with a bunch of parts. He had manuals. Dan reached out to us in the comments in the last video. Huge thank you to him. He gave us this voltage regulator, like I said, the book. He gave us some more books here. There's another valve cover, a new front main seal on the timing cover there, just all kinds of awesome stuff. An extra generator right there in case this one has issues. So we got a bunch of awesome stuff to get going on the car here. Also, if you guys remember for the steering wheel from the Scion XB, the old Nardi, that's it, with a new adapter Josh picked up. So I think that looks amazing on there. Better than the painted white one, because all the originals were black, we did find out. Oh, we got a new sticker for the shop? Yeah. I like it. More on that sticker soon. When we threw the car together this winter, it was like way below zero outside. And we were freezing and we were in a hurry. And Josh found out the control arms are on the wrong side. So today's mission is to drop the control arms back down, switch sides, and put it all back together. And then hopefully we're not putting the front end together again after this. It should be done. Also, if you take a look, the front ends just kind of all hang out in there. The radiator, front bumper, all that good stuff. So
I kind of started a test fit and then it just kind of got in the zone.
Yep.
Next thing you know,
just keep going.
It was halfway together. I thought I better stop, do this on camera.
Look at all these goodies. This looks like rack boots. Oh, I was like, man, stuff's flying. Is the steering wheel? What are these? Oh, wheel cylinders?
No, it's clutch slave.
And
that's all the control arm bushings.
Nice, new bushings.
Rear cylinders.
Nice.
And I have front cylinders in the box over there with all new hoses. All three of them.
All new brakes. All new brakes.
I think the only thing we'll be lacking now as far as brakes go is the hard lines.
Sweet.
Which
we can make some of those.
Yep.
Kim, who helped us out on the Rolls Royce from Sundowners, he touched base about this car and said he'd love to help with the braking system on it too, and let us borrow his flaring tool. He's got the good flaring tool, not the rental one you usually use. His sits in the vise, and it makes life so easy when you're making brake lines. So we're gonna have a little bit of help there. Luckily, without that flaring tool, making brake lines, especially hard lines, it's not fun. The reason we're changing the control arms is because it's kind of it only fits together one way, right? The spindle and the brake drums and all that fun stuff up there in the front. We noticed when we were putting the car together originally that the brake lines seemed like they were going the wrong way. Well, they definitely are going the wrong way. You can see that the damper / bump stop is like sitting on that old brake line. Those are all getting replaced, not a big deal. Yeah, today we're gonna flip all of this around and then put it all back, and the brake lines will run the correct direction. Wheel coming off. Can't believe the baby impact got that done.
Careful, it's heavy.
I know, right? Oh yeah, that doesn't work at all. So this brake line, once we swap sides, these brake lines will come around the back and go into the front where they belong. The hard line on the driver's side for the brakes comes in just like this and goes right under there. Remove our super nice fasteners we have holding the steering rack in. This is, I'd say temporary, but who knows, probably run on the street. Just kidding, just kidding. Try to get the clamps off this guy.
Wheel cylinders.
Oh man, you got one of everything?
Got all the things.
These boot clamps are gonna fight us, it looks like.
The new one came with zip ties.
Oh, instead of clamps?
Yeah.
Because the clamp just, there's the boot, it just ripped in half.
Yeah, Just take the
gross.
tie rod end off first.
Yeah.
Universal wrenches.
Universal wrenches. I'll put some vice grips on this and get it off. Hey, I got it. Had to actually unthread that thing from the bottom. Now, hopefully, we can use our Phillips, get that guy off there. Tie rod end coming off. Once this is off and that nut's off, we can pull the boot off and slide the new boots on.
Talk about it.
Talk about it. I hear you got the easy side. Yours just came right apart.
It did. It just fell right apart.
This one was kind of painted together, so it's taking a lot more time. Debooting. Nasty. Getting the rest of the boot off the rack, just like that. There we go. Threading our new boot on, just slides right over the end like that. Get all the air out of it there. And stretch this guy over onto the rack and stretch it over onto the little retention spot. You can see our new boots on the rack right there. They look much, much, much better. And we clean out all the old grease. It'll have all new grease in it now. Over here, we have to pull the spring perches out of the bottom of the control arms. And there's 4 bolts in there. Incredibly sketchy. You can't really get a spring compressor in there or anything like that. So that's how you do it. And as soon as Josh's side is loose, we're gonna move the jack over here. Woo! Hey! It sounds like your side's loose.
Yeah.
I was like, oh! Yeah, you nailed it though. It's like dead on the jack, so can't beat that. All right, so that side's loose. Now we're gonna start on mine, and then we can pull these bolts out of the control arms and get to swapping. This one didn't explode. We teamworked it. Oh, it's going through. Nailed it. Spring off. Cool.
It's way less sketchy.
Way less sketchy. There's even a bomb shield over here. Josh is like, it's gonna explode. And might as well just pull the jack out. Boom. Okay, all we got left now is that bolt, and we can swap sides. Many minutes later, we have a complete brake rebuild going down here. Brand new brake cylinders right there. You can see them. Got the bleeder in, hoses on, crossover tube is on. Everything here on the back of that, you can see it's all reassembled. And Josh's is reassembled, putting the pads back in right now, which means we are just about ready to swap these things over and hang them again. So making good progress here. It really didn't take that long, but we're getting it done. Brakes back together, pretty painless, honestly. New brake cylinders, like I said, a new bleeder. The crossover tube went right back in the factory one. It's a hard line. You can see the adjusters tightened down to right where they touch. And now we're trying to get new bushings in this, which is the top hat there. Kind of holds everything together. And we've got the new bushings in the control arms. So good progress. The only thing is we might have to knock off for the night so we can go use a press to push these out because they are tight and they're not coming out. This side all back together, and on this side you guys can see the very sketchy spring compression method. You just take 2 jacks and run 1 jack up and use the other jack to move the car. So just like that.
Pretty much just max this one out and lower the car down onto the spring.
Time for the wheels to go on. The front suspension is back together with all this new sauce. Here you go. Have a wheel.
Like Prius wheels.
Yeah, except lighter. These are actually easier than Prius wheels. Going NASCAR with a little impact today. Here we go. Well, that doesn't seem too bad at all. Boom, doors, check that out. Driver's side, carpets in, passenger door. This thing is flying along. Well, we made some huge progress on the Heeley tonight. As you can see, the front suspension has all been swapped around and is back together, hopefully for the last time. We've taken this apart a few times. Really don't want to take it apart again. It's got all the new boots in there. The grease zerks are going to get hit to refill the boots with grease and everything like that. Everything will be fresh in there. Obviously, you can see the doors are on, and those are looking really cool already. Let's see which direction they go. There you go. Fancy, right? So, close that door. And right over here, we were going to put the regulator on tonight. We went through all of our bolts that we bought, and we do not have the bolts for the regulator because they are tiny. So that's on hold, but it really shouldn't take that long to terminate all those wires right there, right after this. It's got doors, it's got a front end, it's got suspension. It's very close. Oh, it has a drive shaft now too. So that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to head on over to shopwatchjrgo.com where you can get cool shirts like this. Please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and I will talk to you next time. We got to bend new brake lines for that brand new Master right there.